Okay, so this is the eighth video, and this is just going to focus on the outcome. Roman numeral six, the outcome. So this is not a traditional conclusion. This is a sociological reflection where you reflect on the work you dedicated to complete your project and the data you collected, the manner you presented your work to your audience, and how you developed your argument. So just like what you did for me for the peer editing reflection paper, you're going to do the same thing for this essay. However, you're going to address these 3 points, right? The first point is that you're going to explain, did you gain appreciation for the research cycle? Explain and support your points you provide. All right. So if you make 1 point, then support that 1 point. If you make 2 points, then use two supporting points, and so on and so forth. Right. So then go back to like the module where I had you look at the research cycle and then see how that fits with the overall structure of the essay and how you are writing it, how it's organized, and how you're able to convey your ideas to your reader. Okay, so that's point number one. Point number two is asking you, did you learn the importance of systematically studying your object of study rather than having going about it haphazardly? All right. So then by utilizing the research cycle, you're systematically studying something. All right. And this sort of relates back to Howard Becker's piece, The Terrorized by the Literature, where he sort of explains when students receive a research project, they tend to narrow their perspective based on what they've learned from recent classes, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then what happens is that um, the the I guess for lack of a better word, the fun part of doing research is to learn and see what are the different elements that relate to your particular topic. And sometimes when you're doing research, you come across an article or a text that you had no idea would be relevant, and then you just sort of like stumble across it, and that's sort of what is meant by serendipity, right? And if you remember, serendipity is a concept that I had you look at. I want to say maybe like a month ago or a month and a half ago, and then it also came with the use of the word sagacity, right? And sagacity is the ability of having a keen mental acuity to distinguish ideas from each other, right? Or the relevancy of information to an argument, right? So like that's sort of what you're doing here, and sort of like taking stock and inventory of all the things you've done and what you've learned and what you've sort of concluded by doing this particular research, right? And that's what you're going to address for this Roman numeral two for the outcome. And then the last point is, did you gain a new or a more profound understanding of your object of study? Meaning, going back to the presentation, when you started your research project, did you learn anything new about your particular topic? And if you did, explain the new things that you learned and understood about your topic. But if you didn't come across new information, but it sort of reinforces your understanding of that topic, that's what is meant by more profound understanding, because it just sort of re-solidifying or reaffirming for yourself what you already thought and what you already believed about the particular topic. And there's nothing wrong to say that you have a more profound understanding about your topic, or you could say that you've gained new information about your topic and how that impacts your understanding. All right. But all 3 points taken together is literally doing a reflection, or what we sorry, or what I can call a sociological reflexive analysis about your study. And then that's pretty much what you're going to do for this section or the outcome of the essay. Right. So I hope it makes sense. But again, send me an email if you have any questions, because what I'm thinking of doing for next week and the week after is that since Tuesday is going to be the last official day of instruction, I think I'm still going to have virtual office hours. So for my face to face class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide the Zoom link for my virtual office hours, so you can stop by during those hours, and you can stop by if you have any points of clarification. And then I will also have office hours the following week or the last week of the semester, which would be December 18th or 17th, right when you're going to submit your final work to me online. Okay, so then you still would have an opportunity to consult with me before you submit your final draft of the paper, as well as the final presentation. Okay, and I will make that available this weekend. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it here, and then the next video is just going to review the written example that I wrote out. Okay, indicating which part of the essays relates to the outline. Okay, so I'm going to stop it here and I'll return in a few